Hi, this is Lynn Moss, and I'm here with the Gift and Home channel. We're going to do an exciting display centerpiece using very simple products, and we want to start out with a wreath, which this is a holiday wreath, but it can be substituted throughout the seasons. We also have a very large clear cylinder, and what we are going to do is add product and show you visual merchandising in your shop. One of the things that I like to do with this style of design is to take the wreath and place it on top of the clear glass cylinder. Now this wreath has a double ring to it, and so you see that it does fit against the cylinder. We have a stem of silk Merlot amaryllis. And what we are going to do here is to do outside mechanics, sliding this stem of amaryllis to the side of the container. As it's anchored there, we take some of the Oasis double-faced tape that's available in many of your local wholesale houses or retail flower shops. And we take that and place it against the glass container, peeling off the outer wrapping. We've pre-cut some velvet wired ribbon in this forest green color, and we've also placed some of the double-faced ribbon on a folded piece at the end of the ribbon. What we are going to do is come to the bottom of the cylinder and wrap it around and secure this stem of amaryllis to the base of the cylinder. Now I'll turn this around and hopefully you can see how that is attached. Then the next step is to take some of your design components, such as a cinnamon covered sphere. We're going to drop that down into the base of the cylinder because it draws your eye from the pine cones down into the bottom of the vase. Then we have several other mocha and apple green glittery ornaments. This egg-shaped one we're going to drop in as well. I have another stem of permanent hydrangea, and I did snip this off to about 8 inches so that it comes up about halfway inside of the cylinder. I gave it a little shaping, and as I bring the blossom down through the cylinder, it's going to curve over and then tie in the color harmony that we started above. I have a second stem of the Merlot amaryllis, and I tightly bound this with our decorative bullion wire. As we bind this tighter above the bulb of the blossoms, we're getting a tighter blossom, which shows the stages of the blooms. We take the stem, and this is the full stem of permanent amaryllis, and we slide it on the inside of the cylinder. So you have 2 levels, one as the full open bloom, and this one of the tight bud. We can secure that in with more of the round ornaments, and leaving one to come above the level of the container, and that will draw your eye with reflection throughout the glass cylinder. This is a great product. The enamel finish of this luminaria or money tree. And with this stem, sometimes you would have small pieces left over in your other designs. What you can do is to take these little pieces in the same manner, wrapping with the bouillon. And again, this is exposed mechanics, and it's all being able to be pre-done and shown as you hang this around the wreath. So you have the strand of wire and then the blossoms, and you just go around the wreath and secure it to the cedar. This one we pre-did for time's sake, and we did one small one and a large one. And you can take this bouillon and then bring it out to the perimeter so that it hangs delicately throughout. It can go clear down to the table. And we're going to place one all the way around in this manner. When we get the money tree done, now we're going to go to the skeletonized leaves. I have pre-made some of these here as well. The way you work with the skeletal leaves is to take the leaf and use the bouillon, and it's kind of like stitching or sewing, where you take the wire through the spine of the leaf, and then you wrap it securely 2 or 3 times, and then you bring it approximately 2 feet for this size of container, and then you go to the next end with another stitch up about 2 inches. They are very delicate, and yet they're very hardy as well. It's just trying to get enough of a wrap at the edge to hold the wire firmly so that the leaf will drape and cascade down. So we're going to take this as well, and it's very easy to just wrap around the permanent fern, and it gives a very lacy feeling. This particular wreath has the incense cedar, which is very delicate and lacy, even though it's somewhat of a masculine arrangement. Come over here and we'll add some in this manner. Lastly, I have for hanging a simple forest green ornament, which is going to add a little bit of weight to this design. You can come into the wreath because all of these wire branches will hold the ornament so it is hanging underneath the wreath. As an added weight, I have one more blossom of the amaryllis, and I like to tuck that in to the fold of ribbon where we secured the blossom at the base of the cylinder. For the last little waterfall effect, we have this mocha platinum spray from Direct Export, and we basically just weave that into the wreath. As we rotate the wreath around, we continue to add these mocha waterfall sprays to the wreath, and again making sure you go in a clockwise insertion and spread them throughout the branches. The incense cedar has the little berries, and so does the juniper, and so there again, that's a repetition, but it also holds the materials in place. So we'll insert the last one, and as you can see, it's somewhat of a waterfall effect throughout the entire design, and it gives so much more perceived value over the edge, and yet showcasing your materials within the container. So kind of designing in the container and yet displaying a lot of product and merchandise in a more unique and creative manner. And here we have the finished product, a very eye-catching display that you can create within your shop, displaying all of this merchandise in a very unique and exciting way. I'm Lynn Moss with the Gift and Home channel. Thank you and have a nice day.